Hello everyone. So today we'll discuss about Protista. So Protista is unicellular, eukaryotic, and these are mostly aquatic. Nutrition is photosynthetic, heterotrophic, and mixotrophic. Mixotrophic means photosynthesis which occurs in sunlight plus heterotrophic. So there is a endosymbiotic theory behind this multicellular and unicellular. So um, there are two types of cells: big cells and small cell. This small cell can do photosynthesis and it is prokaryotic. It can do photosynthesis but it does not have any protection. Big cell does not do photosynthetic, but when this big cell eats this small cell, it goes inside when it gets protection, because no other cell can eat this cell now, and this big cell gets photosynthetic nutrition. So it's a symbiotic nature, means small cell gets protection and this gets photosynthetic nutrition, and finally it becomes chloroplast. And similarly mitochondria found earlier before chloroplast. That is why it is present in all living organisms except prokaryotes, because prokaryotes does not include cell organelles. Chloroplast only present in plants. Then protista is of five types. So it's a trick: CDESP: chala, desi, English sharab peene; chala, chrysophytes, desi; dinoflagellates, English euglenoids, sharab, slime molds, peene, protozoans. So this middle one, euglenoid, is mixotrophic, and before it these both are photosynthetic, and after euglena these both are heterotrophic. So it's a trick. Then first one is chrysophytes. So chrysophytes is again of two types: diatoms and desmids. So diatoms are microscopic and these are beautifully shaped. These are photosynthetic, as we have seen that before euglenoid these both are photosynthetic. So diatoms are chief producers of oceans, means produce in a large amount, and these are phytoplanktons. Phyto means plant like because of photosynthesis, and planktons means not movable, or we can say go with wave. Its cell wall is made up of silica, which is very strong, and these beautifully shaped shells are overlapping shells. And after millions of years, these shell crushes and become like sand, and that sand is called diatomaceous earth. And this diatomaceous earth is very, very helpful for us. It is helpful in filtration of oils and syrups. Dasmids, so its trick is dashing like golden. These are called golden algae. Golden color is because of yellow and brown carotenoids. Then after chrysophytes, second one is dinoflagellates. So its trick is rangili dian, means these are freshwater, mostly marine and photosynthetic, as we have seen before euglena. Then it is colorful, means rangili, due to different pigments, okay, cellulosic plates and two flagellas. In it two flagellas present, means vertical and horizontal, both flagellas are present. Its movement is like Shaktiman movement because of two flagella, because it moves in horizontal direction plus vertical direction, like it horizontal plus vertical, both direction, okay. And these are the cellular plates, these contain cellular plates. Then goniolax is, it is in red color and it causes red tide blooms. Red pigments came from red color, so goniolax cause red tide. And as I told you that it is dian. So dian क्या करती है? जहर जहर होता है उसके पास, तो toxins, it releases toxins that are very harmful for human beings. Sometimes molluscans accumulate their poison inside themselves, and when humans eat them they die, sometimes also called shellfish poisoning. जब molluscans इनको खा लेते हैं, molluscans क्या होते हैं? molluscans kingdom होते हैं: पोरीफेरा, सिलेंट्रेटा, टिनोफोरा, प्लेटीहेल्मिंथेस, एस्केल्मेंथेस, एनालिडा, आर्थ्रोपोडा, मोलिस्का. सो मोलिस्का इज अ किंगडम, एंड मोलिस्का में कौन कौन से आते हैं? फिशेस. मोलिस्का इंक्लूड्स फिशेस. सो जब हमको खाने से पॉइजनिंग हो जाती है, वी कॉल इट फूड पॉइजनिंग, एंड व्हेन ह्यूमंस ईट दोज molluscan fishes, that is known as shellfish poisoning. Okay, now third one, the middle one, was euglenoids, and that their nutrition is mixotrophic nutrition. So euglena is its example, because it's a characteristic member. Characteristic member means it contains all the characters of euglenoid. So we study euglena. Mixotrophic nutrition, I've told you, photosynthetic plus heterotrophic, and in heterotrophic it includes holozoic nutrition. In it chlorophyll present and two unequal flagellas are present. So this is a structure of Euglena, and this is a long flagella, and this one is shorter flagella, and in it chlorophyll also, and in it chlorophyll present, and the layer outer covering is made up of pellicle. This covering is proteinous layer. Okay, then fourth one is slime molds. So after Euglena, the nutrition is heterotrophic nutrition. So slime molds are like, it's a cell, in it only karyokinesis occurs. It contains cytoplasm, so it's a kind of liquid. Only karyokinesis occurs, division of nucleus. Cell wall does not form. So multinucleated condition is also of two types, xenocytic condition and syncytium. Xenocytic means no new cell form, only multinucleated condition. In syncytium, cell wall forms and then all the cell wall fuses in one cell. So finally makes a multinucleated condition. This complete multinucleated structure called plasmodium. It is not malaria wala plasmodium, it is different. And it is only present in damp or moist soil, but when dry occurs, it starts reproduction to survive. For that, it makes fruiting bodies on their edge and make haploid spores by meiosis. And spores. These spores contain cellulose cell wall, which is a characteristic feature of plants. And when spore germinates, it forms amoeboid cells. Then they fuse like gametes and form 2N again, and karyokinesis occurs. So this is 2N slime mold, and these are the projections upward. These are after meiosis, these becomes N. This is the cell wall of cellulose, and when it germinates, then N and N, then these 2N fuses and form 2N, and then again this nucleus divides and form multinucleated condition again. And the last one is protozoa. So protozoa are the protist, which are considered as ancestor of all animal cells, because they have many features like animals, like they do not have cell wall, only some have cell wall, and heterotrophic nutrition. So protozoans are also of four types: amoeboid protozoans, flagellated protozoans, ciliated protozoans, and sporozoans. It's a trick, AFCS, आओ फिर चले school. So first one is amoeboid protozoans, example amoeba. Amoeba has pseudopodia. Pseudo means false, podia means feet, due to which it moves forward by shifting cytoplasm. Entamoeba is aquatic plus parasitic. It is also have pseudopodia. It causes amoebic dysentery, means it sticks in large intestine. Because of this, blood and mucus comes with fecus. Some species have silica covering. Okay, then second one is flagellated. So it contains flagella. These are totally heterotrophic like trypanosoma. It causes sleeping sickness and it is found in Africa. And when treatment not occurs, death also may occur. Its vector, Sesefly, is found in Africa. Example number 2 is Trichomonas. It causes STD, trichomoniasis. Third one is ciliated. All ciliated protozoans have two nuclei. For example, Paramecium have two nuclei. One is macronucleus and second one is micronucleus. And for their movement, cilias are present, and these are contractile vacuoles for like diffusion and all. These are the gullet. From here, they take food inside. Then reproduction, it's not important for NEET, but for understanding, like these, there are two Paramecium. So in reproduction, small means micronucleus helps in reproduction. So by meiosis, it makes 4 nucleuses. Then out of 4, 3 nucleuses degenerates. Then again this condition came, then one mitosis occurs, so 2 cells forms. Then these cells exchange, means one cell exchange. Then after 3 mitosis, 8 cells form. So these 4 cells becomes macronucleus, and these 4 cells becomes micronucleus, and this large macronucleus degenerates. So through reproduction, they makes 4 Paramecium. Fourth one is sporozoans. Sporozoans are parasitic, and these are spore-like. Example is Plasmodium, and this Plasmodium causes malaria.